It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. It is better to be alone than in bad company. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Associate yourself with men of good quality, if you esteem your own reputation, for 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind, than on the externals in the world. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. I conceive a knowledge of books as the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. Where are our men of abilities? Why do they not come forth to save their country? We must consult our means rather than our wishes. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak, and esteem to all. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. No punishment, in my opinion, is too great, for the man who can build his greatness upon his country's ruin. Strive not with your superiors in argument, but always submit your judgment to others with modesty. It's absolutely necessary for me to have persons that can think for me, as well as execute orders. Death the abyss from where no traveler is permitted to return. A bad war is fought with a good mind. The basis of our political systems is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. The time is near at hand which must determine whether Americans are to be free men or slaves. Decision-making, like coffee, needs a cooling process. "I'll die on my feet before I'll live on my knees," often attributed to Washington, but cannot be confirmed. It is far better to be alone, than to be in bad company. When it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Every day the increasing weight of years admonishes me more and more, that the shade of retirement is as necessary to me as it will be welcome. A man ought not to value himself of his achievements or rare qualities of wit, much less of his riches, virtue or kindred. If the cause is advanced, indifferent is it to me where or in what quarter it happens. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. Speak not evil of the absent, for it is unjust. Much was to be done by prudence, much by conciliation, much by firmness. Will ultimately prevail where there is pains to bring it to light. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. True friendship is a plant of slow growth, and must undergo and withstand the shocks of adversity, before it is entitled to the appellation. Laws made by common consent must not be trampled on by individuals. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. The time is near at hand which must determine whether Americans are to be free men or slaves. Mankind, when left to themselves, are unfit for their own government. When we assumed the soldier, we did not lay aside the citizen. Some day, following the example of the United States of America, there will be a United States of Europe. It is impossible to reason without arriving at a supreme being. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. Let your discourse with men of business be short and comprehensive. A slender acquaintance with the world must convince every man that actions, not words, are the true criterion of the attachment of friends.